Hi everyone, in this video I want to show you the Mount Custom Cradle for the Garmin nuvi 2797. This is the RAM-HOL-GA54. In addition to the nuvi 2797, the same cradle is also going to work with the nuvi 2757, the RV760, and the dezl 760. First thing I want to show you on this cradle is the back. You have that two-hole pattern and that diamond shape, which is designed to accommodate this piece, which is a RAM-B-238 diamond plate with 1-inch ball. That plate has a two-hole pattern. It lines up with the two-hole pattern on the back of the cradle, and you would bolt that plate onto the back and build out the rest of your RAM mount. This has a 1-inch ball, so you can use this with other RAM mounts 1-inch B-size ball components. Now, the cradle does not come with this part. You do have to buy this separately or as part of a bundle, but the cradle does come with this hardware pack, and it has some different size screws in here. You can pick out the best length for you and use this hardware to attach that plate to the back of the cradle. Also included, some more hardware down here. You have 4 small screws and also a small screwdriver. We'll come back to this in a moment for now and just look at the cradle. Looking at the back, there's a large indentation there, and that is designed to accept this piece, which is a powered cradle for the GPS. The GPS that I have here today is the dezl 760, which is the same size as the other units that I mentioned that will work with this cradle. But when you buy the dezl 760, it is going to come with this powered cradle, comes in the box with it. This hooks into the back of your GPS and allows you to power your GPS. There's a mini USB port there on the side, so when you're using it, you're going to plug your power cable right into the side of the powered cradle. What you will need to do for this is take your Garmin powered cradle, and that's going to fit into the back of the RAM cradle and allow you to power your GPS while it is in this mount. Now, other RAM cradles in the past that have allowed for a Garmin cradle, this has been optional. You did not have to use the Garmin cradle. You only had the choice to put it in there if you wanted to power your GPS while it was in the RAM mount. That is no longer the case for this particular cradle. You need to have this powered cradle inside the RAM cradle, or else the GPS will not stay in here. And here's what I mean by that. I don't have the powered cradle in here right now, and it just won't hook into place. It will not stay in here. So there are a couple different ways you can put this powered cradle inside of the RAM cradle. 2 options. One is for safe use, the other one is for rugged use. So for safe use, or I guess more light duty applications, would be like using it in your car or something low vibration, or something where if it's going to fall, it's not going to fall very far and it won't get hurt. All you need to do for that is take this powered cradle and just pop that right into the back of the RAM cradle. You'll hear it snap into place, and that's all you need to do. You still have access to all of your ports while it is in there. You can get to your mini USB port and power it. This is a dezl 760 cradle, so it also has ports for audio and video. You have access to those as well. And then to get your GPS in here, there's that lip on the top of the Garmin cradle that is going to hook into the back of the GPS. So that fits right in there. And then you can just sort of push down and back, and the GPS is going to snap into place in the RAM cradle. To remove your GPS from the RAM cradle, you'll just sort of pull that bottom part down and pull your GPS out with the other hand. Now, I did mention before that there were 2 ways you could attach the Garmin cradle to the RAM cradle. That's one of them. The other option that you have is for a rugged use environment. If you're going to be mounting this on your motorcycle somewhere that's high vibration, you have this option as well. That's going to require the 4 smaller screws that came with the cradle, and this screwdriver as well. You can use this or you can use your own. But what you're going to do is remove the 4 screws from the back of the Garmin cradle. There's one there in each corner. You're going to take the Garmin cradle without the screws, put it back into the back of the RAM cradle, and then reattach it using these 4 new screws. So you're going to take the Garmin cradle and you're going to bolt it onto the back of the RAM cradle. Now, this is optional. This is something that is recommended by RAM mounts for use in a high vibration, rugged environment. However, doing this will void your Garmin warranty. This is not required. This is an option for you. And if you do so choose to modify your Garmin cradle to put it in the RAM cradle, here is how. Start by removing the 4 screws from the Garmin powered cradle that came with your GPS. Make sure you save these screws and keep them in a safe place should you ever need them in the future. Next, from the hardware pack that came with the RAM Cradle, you're going to take the two nuts and insert those into the two hex-shaped openings toward the back of the RAM Cradle. This has to be done now because you won't be able to do this later once the Garmin Cradle is in place. Now, you can take the Garmin Cradle and snap it into the RAM Cradle. Take the 4 small screws that came with the RAM Cradle and you're going to attach these to the back, one in each corner. When you do this, be careful not to over-tighten these screws, as you can damage your Garmin Cradle if you force them in too far. The final step, if you've purchased one, is to attach the diamond plate to the back. There are a few different lengths of screws to choose from. If you're using a metal plate like this, you can use either the short or the medium ones. I've now finished assembling my cradle. I have the Garmin Cradle bolted to the back of the RAM Cradle. I also have that 1-inch ball diamond plate attached to the back. So from here, I can take my GPS and get that into the cradle. I can also run a power cable into it if I want, but for right now I'm just going to get out some other RAM mount components like this 1-inch ball suction cup. I can put an arm on this like this short arm that I have here. You can also use the standard or the long, of course. And then I can take that 1-inch ball on the back of the cradle that's going to fit into the open socket of the arm, and once in there I can position it, make adjustments to it, and when I'm happy with it, all I need to do is tighten up that knob on the side of the arm and I'm all set to go. So that is a quick look at the Mount Custom Cradle for the Garmin nuvi 2797 series. This is the RAM-HOL-GA54.